Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I just wanted to take a minute and show you as quick and as succinct as possible how to operate the PER 2000 Zeus. So when the machine arrives, unpack everything and get it all laid out just so it's easy enough to do everything all at once. You're going to come into your machine, unlock the hinges, and open it up all the way, and this is how you'll operate it when you're using it. Sounds funny that I tell you this, but the first thing that you do is you take your power cord and you put it into the AC inlet and make sure it's in all the way. I've had people call me up and say, hey, the machine's not working, and I realize that's not pushed in all the way. So the first thing we're gonna do is single loop application, and then the second thing we're gonna do is dual loop application. So we're gonna start with single. And the first thing you're gonna do is take one of the connector ends from a single loop. You're gonna come over here and you're gonna notice that it's labeled single probe and dual probe, and you have to make sure the operation is done correctly based on what you're doing. So what we're going to do is take our connectors and apply them into the machine. You'll see it's noted for single probe or single applicator use or dual probe applicator use, and we will show you that. So single one, you're going to come here and put the connector in, and you need to make sure it clicks. I'll do it again. You have to hear that click. That's the only major fail point. So I'll have people that will put the applicator in and go, oh, look, it's in, and it's in tight, but it hasn't clicked. You have to make sure that it clicks. Sounds funny, but it's really important. So now that we know that they're in and they've clicked, turn the machine on. We have our applicator here, and we push start. This is about 50% intensity. And it's probably close to as strong as the machine you guys have been using now. Okay, I can feel that in there pretty good. If I want to adjust it, I can adjust it a couple ways, and I'm going to show you how to adjust the intensity and the depth of penetration, regardless if there's two or one applicator hooked up. So this is the power level, which is intensity. This is the pulse rate, and they're separate. So if I come here, it's separate versus a single knob that you probably have used. So if I come here and I go faster, it speeds up at this intensity. If I want to go slower or deeper but the same intensity, I can dial it back. Let's say you have somebody with a deeper injury or wants it more intense. Then I come to the intensity knob, and when I adjust it to a stronger intensity, you'll hear the pulse rate slow down and you have to adjust accordingly. Watch. That's the one way, and here's a stronger way. Now when I make it extra strong, you hear there's no pulse rate. When it does that, you have to come back into this knob and tune it in and turn towards a faster setting. Okay, when I come back here, intensity, it's strong and fast. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over it one more time just to be clear. You have it this way for stronger, and this is speed of the pulse. So let's say I want this strong pulse slow and deep, a labrum, a low back. Now, if you look at me, I mean, it's deep. It's really rocking deep. Okay? Versus, let's say I want the same depth of penetration, but somebody says, ooh, this is too strong, but it's right in my spot. Come and dial that intensity. And let's say you dial the intensity back so much it doesn't pulse. That's when you compensate with the faster and slow. Same depth of penetration now in my spot, but it's faster. Okay, so this covers how you utilize the adjustment knob and the single loop apparatus. I'm now going to do the double loop apparatus. So when you add on a second applicator, when you want to treat two spots at once or two people at once, you have to make sure first, stop the machine. It's very dangerous if you do anything like that while it's operating. I always make sure I stop the machine and then I shut it off, just so I don't accidentally hit a button. So what I will do is that I will take this applicator connection and I'll plug it underneath, and I hear that click. So now I have one single loop ready to go. And I'll take my second applicator and connection, click it in, Hear that click? One more time. That click has to happen. Okay, and it doesn't matter top or bottom which one goes. Now I have both applicators connected. So I'll come back to the same process. Green. I'll turn the machine on, and now I have 2 applicators. So I can do, let's say, both arms at the same time. The loops are polarized, so you need to make sure that the applicator is going the right way. Yep. Man, I can feel it on both arms. So I'll dial the intensity in more for me. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit too. So now we have some pretty deep and strong inductance. And just so you can see, it's pulsing on one side here on this arm, and pulsing on this side on the other. Okay, so I could do, let's say, shoulder and a knee. And there's a difference to which way you utilize it. You can feel the difference. Or shoulder and a hip, which is strong. Shoulder and the crown of my head. Right? I could do, let's say, my calf or my knee. Okay, and then I can also take these loops and put them together and make it a super loop or an extra strong loop for one spot, like, hopefully you can see the inductance on my knee. It's very strong. Okay, if I come behind or do my calf, if I can get my foot to move here. There you go. Look at my foot. Super strong. Okay, and you can turn that up the intensity so it's even stronger or it's even deeper. You will notice if you take one of the loops and turn it one way, the fields buck each other. Now I have no sensation. So if you put these together and you feel nothing, one of these is turned the wrong way, and now it comes back. Okay, you can also have person A using one loop for their shoulder and person B using the other loop for a leg, so you can treat 2 people at the same time. I think this and then when you're done, stop the machine. You can let the fans run for a minute or 2 if you want to shut it off. If not, just let it run like this all day long. When you go to transport it, turn it off. Make sure to close these connections, close the box up, and now this can roll or wheel wherever you go. I think that pretty much covers everything with the PER 2000 Zeus. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out at any point.